What a web we weave. What a web. We have some spiders. We have some scorpions. Hear what the lecture. Stop calling me, please, and thank you. What a web we weave. What a web we weave. What's the name of the lecture, students? What a web we weave. What a web we weave. Let me tie this properly because I don't like how my turban feel on my head. What a web we weave. What a web Jamaica has woven. What a web have we woven, Jamaica. What a web have we woven. And tonight I'm going to press hard at some of them. Who needs to be pressed? What a web we weave. Their globe, their world. What a web Donnalee Donaldson weaved when she disobeyed her mother that night. What a web Donnalee wove when she disobeyed her mother that night and went to Noel's house. What a web was woven on Monday night, the 11th. On the 12th, what a web was woven when there was a disagreement with both Donnalee and Noel. What a web was further woven on that day. What a web was woven the Tuesday morning. What a web was woven on the night, in the evening between 4 and 8 p.m. What a web was woven, Jamaica. When the dispute started and Donnalee became unconscious. Between the bedroom, the kitchen, and the living room. What a web was woven. What a web was woven. And then the web continued to weave. When apparently baby mother was called. Apparently when baby mother visited, a web. Listen, the web, you guys see when a web get naughty? What a web. What a web. It has become a web. A web. And them just a weave and a wove, weave and a wove, weave and a wove. Every time you look, rather than they simplify the situation and talk the truth, they made it messier and nastier. What a web. And Anansi and the spider weave the web. Weave the web to the point that other people are getting involved. Fix Bailey name get involved in the web. The constabulary force gets so involved in the mucky affairs of the web. L.A. Lewis get involved in the web. Andre Stevens involved in the web. Dennis Brooks involved with the web. Artists visiting Noel in the lockup. Other police involved in the web. Detectives transferred from the case involved in the web. Allegations are police are killed because they knew too much of the case. Involved in the web. Do you see what kind of Anansi business this has become? A big web. A big, nasty web. And then, the Gleaner has reported Jamaica. This is a web of lies and deception. A web of lies, deception and deceit. The media reported, the Gleaner reported, that a famous entertainer and Jamaica, a former beauty queen, visited Noel. But I'm going to ask the Jamaica Constabulary Force one question. I'm going to ask the Jamaica Constabulary Force one question. Why are you afraid to name the visitor? Why are you afraid to talk who the person is? Why are you afraid to say who visited Noel? Why are you protecting that visitor? Does that visitor have immunity? Does that visitor have immunity, Jamaica? Why is that visitor being protected and shoved and hidden under the ambits of the constabulary force? Why is the constabulary force protecting the name of that visitor? Dear constabulary force, dear Jamaica Constabulary Force, can you, Dennis Brooks, senior strategist of communication, tell Jamaica, Dennis Brooks, Fix Bailey, and Commissioner of Police, you say that we speak too much fake news. Can you say that we, social media, speak too much fake news? Can you tell Jamaica, Mr. Brooks, seeing that social media is, I don't want to put anyone's name into disrepute. I don't believe anybody's name. I don't believe anybody's name should be carried on my platform. So I am calling you out. I'm using my voice as an advocacy tool and network to call you out, Jamaica Constabulary Force. Can you tell Jamaica who that artist was? The public deserves to know who the artist was, Mr. Brooks. You know why, Mr. Brooks? Mr. Brooks, on several occasions, members in lockups, Mr. Brooks, have given instructions. Members in lockups have given instructions to their cronies and dons and to their foot soldiers as to out people's lives. Do you recall that it was from the prison in the jail cell in St. James? A call was made. A call was made, Mr. Brooks, and the baby mother and her boyfriend were shot, killed, dead. was the purpose of the visit? What was the purpose of a visit? Of the visit? What was the purpose of the visit? Noel, are you that stronger, badder, bigger than the Jamaica Constabulary Force that you can determine who visits you? Are you bigger than the Constabulary Force that you can just get up, Noel, and tell who come and visit you, and the Constabulary Force protects the identity of your visitors? Does the Constabulary Force know how that look on them? Yes, Latian Rowe, it does matter who visits him. Let me tell you why Latian Rowe, it matters who visits him. The visitation can determine the level of influence that that person has on society. The visitation can tell you, Miss Rowe, the impact and the instructions that were given. So I don't know if you don't remember Dennis Brooks. The very essence of you mentioning that a JCF member was transferred is not enough. The public demands. The public demands, Mr. Brooks. The public demands and deserve to know who was the visitor. What's the purpose of the visitation? What mitigations will be put in place so to see to it that those visitations don't reoccur? To give back public confidence that Noel will be served and treated like any other prisoner in lockup. So Dennis Brooks, Noel wins once more. Noel wins once more. Noel shows that the Jamaica Constabulary Force are filled with paper soldiers. Noel shows how powerful and strong and strategic and sturdy, how firm, how powerful he is over the Constabulary Force. He proves to you. He proves to you, Jamaica. He proves to you. He has proven he's bigger and badder than all of you. And I want to ask once more, can the Constabulary Force say yea or nay if Noel has a phone? Can the Constabulary Force say yea or nay if Noel has a phone in the lockup? So I don't know if the students on my platform tonight don't understand the serious implications for a visitor visiting. Listen, me say something to you. Don't you understand that when I'm on my live, I should not get any calls? So I am saying to Jamaica, if a man can have a visitor, if a man can have a visitor, Jamaica, who, whilst he's in lockup? All right, then. Let me tell you how serious this is. Let me tell you how serious this is. He is being recorded. He did not record this in the station diary that this visitor is coming. You heard what I said? There was no records of this visitor coming. There is no records of this visitor coming. No records. No records. No records. And if there's no records of this visit, it means it never happened. It means it can be denied. It means that people can make Twitter. It means the people can make Twitter utterances and deny because it's off the record. Off the record. And if it means that it's off the record, Jamaica, off the record, it simply means, Jamaica, anything can go down. Noel, for the love of God, I am on my live and I cannot take a call now. Jamaica don't see the serious implications of a man visiting that's the web we weave. Hello. Hello. Taking no more calls. But then Jamaica, world, because my students say they don't like when I say Jamaica. Jamaica is easy to say, you know. Because remember the DAS or motto says, out of many, one people. So if I say Jamaica, just work with it. If you don't like it. But I'm saying to you, the visit alone. Let me press them. Noel, did you ask your syndicate of underworld dogs to clip the wings of Andre Stevens? Noel, what was the purpose of that visit? Was it to give the instruction that Andre Stevens at any cost be clipped? Noel, can you tell Jamaica that if that's the reason why that visitation was made? Are you working with your underhanded tactics? Noel, I'm not somebody that is going to be easily be moved. Noel! Is it that you are trying to clip the wings of those who are pressing this investigation too much? Just as how they do it in Montego Bay, that them call from jail cells and say, out the one day. Is it, Noel, that you're trying to set up your underhanded tactics with your other artists to clip the wings of Andre? Who are you trying to get rid of? Is it the truck man, Mr. Maitland? Is it the Indian? Is it the man that spoke to Miss Sophia about the amount of blood he washed out of the couch? Who, Mr. Maitland, that you wanted to clip? Who, Mr. Maitland, you're trying to clip? Who? Who are you trying to clip, Sir Maitland? And don't you realize that is only a little aspect of the fraternity of entertainers who have come out to speak? For instance, Bounty Killer, I-Octane, Chris Martin. Not much of them. So there is a syndicate of underworld people. Oh, and Shensi as well. So there's a syndicate of them, and you guys wonder why I don't support many of them. But there is a syndicate of them, Jamaica, who is working hard to keep and to cover the traces of the first Noel. But I'm going to say, and Joshi as well spoke about it. But I'm going to say to you, their first Noel, you are going down. And the web that you weave, you're the only man that I see weave so much people in one nasty, filthy web. You're the only one I see in the Constabulary Force, because although we don't hear about the 5 or 4 police officers who came on the scenes. We don't hear about those 4 or 5 police officers. We don't know about, we were told that they met in an accident. We don't hear nothing more about them. Kathy, how are you? How much hours today were you probed, Kathy? How many hours were you probed today? How many hours? Kathy, you were asked over 250 questions today. How did that feel? How did that feel today, Kathy, that today you were asked over 250 questions? Wow.
She was asked so many questions. Over 250. It was in relation to her own whereabouts on specific dates. She was asked about dates of others. She was basically required to, as I regarded, to fill in the blanks.
She let me hear that again.
She was asked so many questions.
Don't you understand that I am doing my class and lecture now? Why are you calling?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said 8:30. Okay. Relation to her own whereabouts on specific dates. She was asked about the whereabouts of others. Basically required to, as I regarded, to fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks. Interesting. Oswald Senior Smith, greetings, Council. How are you? Fill in the blanks. Interesting. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. When I listen Listen and analyze Mr. Senior Smith speaking. 250 questions, you know. If you're not consistent with those questions, you could put yourself in serious trouble. Fill in the blanks. You're on my live and you heard I said I'm not taking any calls now. You're listening to my live and you come on the live to disturb me at this time. Do you think that is fair? Let me put this in airplane mode. I know I'm not put in an airplane mode. People feel have respect. People feel listen to, must have discipline. They hear when people say, listen. 250 questions, Kathy. 250 questions. 250 questions. 250 questions. Were you consistent? Because how I hear Oswald, I'm going to hear this again. Him sound worried.
She was asked so many questions. Over 250. It was in relation to her own whereabouts on specific dates. She was asked about the whereabouts of others. She was basically required to, as I regarded, to fill in the blanks.
So we're going to fill in the blanks. Dear Kathy, where were you between the hours of 4 to 8 p.m. on the day of July 12? Where were you, Kathy? Where were you? Dear Kathy, how was it possible for Noel to be able to have your vehicle? How was it possible for Noel to have your vehicle on the day in question? Dear Kathy, did you communicate with Noel anytime during the course of the 12? What was the level of communication? What did you and Noel speak about, Miss Smith? I am just in my capacity right now as an interrogator for Indicom. Mr. Hugh Faulkner, how are you, sir? I am doing the work that was not able to be completed by Indicom today, Mr. Faulkner. So, Mr. Faulkner, I want to know, Miss Smith, I want to know, can you tell me right now, where were you between the hours of 4 and 8 p.m.? Fill in the blanks, Kathy. Kathy is the baby mother and donnalee is. Fill in the blanks, Kathy and Smith. Kathy is the baby mother and donnalee is. Fill in the blanks, Kathy, on the day of July 12. Where were you, Kathy? Fill in the blanks, Kathy. Where was Noel on the day of the 12th? Do you know his exact location? Do you know, Miss Smith? Fill in the blanks. Did you enter the apartment, Miss Smith? Did you enter the apartment? Were you called to the apartment, Miss Smith? Fill in the blanks. Who called you to the apartment, Miss Smith? Was it Noel? Was it the security? Did you have another informant who called you to the apartment? Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, Miss Smith. Why were you on sabbatical for 2 days of that week? What was the purpose of the sabbatical that you took, Miss Smith? Why did you take 2 consecutive sabbaticals? What was the purpose of the break from work? Fill in the blanks. How coincidental How circumstantial, Miss Smith, that when your matey, Miss Smith, was missing, you were on 2 days off. How circumstantial is that? How coincidental is that, Miss Smith? Can you fill in those blanks for us? Was it that you were having period pains, Miss Smith? Miss Smith, were you having period pains? Were you having the time of the month why you took off 2 days off, 2 consecutive days off from work? But based on the cycle of the woman, the embryonic cycle of the woman, the 12th and the 13th, the 14th, you wouldn't be due your period then. Your period wouldn't come during the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. Or is it a case that you have an abnormal period cycle? Can you say, Miss Smith, was the 2 days off? Was your baby sick? Was your 10-month-old baby girl sick? That's why you took the 2 days off? What was the reason why you took the 2 days off, Miss Smith? What business did you have to take care of, Miss Smith? The business that you had to take care of. Please, I want nobody to call me. I'm getting deep. I'm getting deep. I am getting deep. Were you traumatized, Miss Smith? What caused you? Paranoia caused you? Did you have post-traumatic stress disorder? PSTP? What caused you, Miss Smith, to take those 2 days off? Miss Smith, were you taken aback by what happened in the apartment? These people will not stop calling. But that is something we'll follow up on again very soon, my students. But Miss Smith, I want to go and move from you a minute. And then I want to turn to something that I saw in the news today. I saw in the news today that the Constabulary Force is saying that they want to amend the Cybercrime Act. Let me read it. I don't want to tell any lie on anybody. Let me read it. I'm going to say this to you. Here is the heading. You people won't stop calling. Here is the heading, Jamaica. Here is the heading. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says there is a need for a revision of the Cyber Crimes Act to include the provision for public mischief online. Public mischief online. You hear, Jamaica? The Constabulary Force What a web we weave. Says there is need for a revision of the Cyber Crimes Act to include Jamaica for a revision of the Cyber Crimes Act for the provisions for public mischief online. What a web we weave. Rather than the constabulary force focus on their investigative purposes and intelligence gathering, rather than the constabulary force focus on the intelligence gathering, you have time to want to amend the Cybercrime Act. What a circus. What a circus. What a circus. What a circus. But I'm not going to spend any much time on them today because it would be wicked of me to spend such time. So you're willing to suppress the freedom of speech and call it public mischief. So I'm going to ask you a question. When Sir P attack how much years now? When everybody attack, when Mr. Vegas attack, when Prophetess Divine attack years now, when L.A. Lewis attack years now, who else out there attack years now? When all of the vloggers them attack years now, Dennis Brooks, you never see the relevance for change the Cybercrime Act until Andre Stefano Stevens come and break the truth. So you now want to suppress my freedom of speech. That means, you know, you have to go lock down all of YouTube, you know, Dennis Brooks. All of YouTube. You have to go lock down. Not me alone, my brother. You have to go lock down social media, and you don't have that power. You have to go lock down Ashanti, lock down Dr. Love, lock down everybody. And so you want big and bad Dennis Brooks that you really want to start a social media war with mainstream media. Hey! Dennis! Do you really want to have a war? Do you really want to have an intellectual war with me, Dennis? Dennis, is it that you're the pawn? Is it that you're the talk? Is it that you're the talk shop for the government of Jamaica? Is it that, Dennis, you believe you hold the magic wand that can silence me? Sir Brooks, freedom of the press, freedom of speech is my constitutional right. It's your constitutional right. Public mischief, am I making public mischief, Jamaica? Do you see what I'm doing as public mischief, Jamaica? Do you see what I am doing as public mischief, Jamaica? But I'm going to take off my turban because I'm going to fix somebody right now. Yes, God. I see an entertainer that has no relevance to modern day Jamaica trying to come and piggyback on my name. I see an entertainer who was ushered out by Gina Jennings, on my name today, trying to gain relevance. I see an entertainer that looks like he's awfully sick. I don't use people illness and cuss them, you know. But when I saw the video today, I saw somebody who did not look right. I saw fragments and many spots in your face. You had to be having on a glasses. And I was wondering, the new kid on the block, how comes the new kid on the block affects you? And you call us internet detectives. But I'm going to say to you, Mr. Vegas, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. The internet detectives have done their part, Mr. Vegas. Mr. Vegas, I don't see your relevance. What's your relevance? In international politics and diplomacy, you will be classified as persona non grata. Persona non grata. Do you know what that means in international diplomacy? You have no significance. You're of no relevance, Mr. Vegas. We have never heard of you in a very long time, Mr. Vegas. But you're trying to seek relevance from the internet detectives. But I'm not going to be having you gain relevance with me, Mr. Vegas. Persona non grata. Ask your children, do you have children? I believe you have children. Did they study international politics or international political economy? Did they study all of the international trade and international laws to understand what persona non grata means? Persona non grata, Mr. Vegas, is you, is the epitome of you. No relevance, no substance, no truth, nothing justifiable. Nothing justifiable. Nothing of significance. When I looked at you today, I saw somebody who is ailing and sick. And I wondered to myself, is it a case that this man is ailing? Is it a case that this man is sick? Is it a case that something is wrong with this man and he's seeking audience to gain back relevance? Then I looked at something, Mr. Vegas. You have a 1 million subscribers. But your engagement on social media is little. So despite you having so many people subscribing to your platform, 1 million, your engagement is significantly low. And if you have over 1 million people on your platform, Mr. Vegas, don't you think you should have been using your platform as an advocacy tool, seeing that you have lost your significance in the dancehall fraternity? You have lost your significance. Listen. Dancehall failure. The church failure. Everything that you touch becomes desolate. You know what desolate means, Mr. Vegas? It has become of no use. No use. So, you think that you must come and be resurrected and find life by spring and taking on Andre Stefano Stevens. But I'm going to say to you, Mr. Vegas, broke it up, 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 broke it up. And I'm asking I have no problem if you want me to teach you, so you become an erudite student. You become a student of knowledge, fortitude, intelligence, and understanding. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem, Mr. Vegas. If you come to my class, baby mother fail you, church fail you. What else fail you? Baby mother fail you, church fail you. Dance all fail you, but you want... Mr. Vegas, I don't have any interest, Mr. Vegas. You're not my cup of tea, Mr. Vegas. Certainly not my interest. Certainly not somebody that you must... Because Jamaica, you have some people, you know. I don't know if you know, but you have some people who have some fetishes. And their fetish is to prey on people so that they can find and think that they're big and mighty and strong. But Mr. Vegas, this is the wrong... You want me to tell you, Mr. Vegas? This is the wrong professor. This is the wrong professor. Don't come and try to seek relevance with me. Relevance? And Mr. Vegas, I'm going to say the truth to you. If I come on my platform and I say to my supporters, cash app me or Zelle me, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm doing nothing illegal. There's nothing wrong with that. Because many of you do illegal activities to sustain yourselves. Many of you do illegal activities to sustain yourself. I'm not a part of that school. I've never done anything illegal. Gina Jennings ushered you out the church. But I'm going to say, come to my school and take a front seat. Come to my school and take a front seat. Learn something. Learn a thing or two. You have a platform. You have a platform. I'm not coming to you asking you for anything. I'm not asking for Jamaicans and the diaspora for anything. Support for support. They have supported many others, and they come to my platform seeking truth and enlightenment. It's the year of the truth, Mr. Vegas. If you're in the church, remember 5784 is powerful in the church. So look at that, Mr. Vegas. And look, we're not here to argue. We're here to uplift and edify. And Mr. Vegas, had I not applied my advocacy, the truth be told, Donnalee would have been one other missing, just like the 8,000 odd Jamaicans. No justice served. No justice served. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. So, students, I know you were expecting a flabbergasted class tonight, but there's some nights that you must go easy in the lecture so you can resonate and have great impact on understanding. It's the year of 5784. But my cash app is open. No, I don't have any cash app. The cash app has been destabilized. I have removed the cash app for now. If you want to support my school, here's how I want to ask you to support my school. I have 15,000 plus students watching me on this platform. If all of you who have a Zelle account can put $1 in my Zelle, cumulatively, it can add up to something. So all I am saying to my students, the classes must continue. I must be in a position that I can educate you, class. So I'm asking my students to support. Support, support, support. $1. Just support with $1. $1. I'm going to open the lines now. And my Zelle is 954-708-3127. That is my Zelle. I'm not asking for much, you know. You can all support me with $1. The YouTubers and my YouTube channel will be up very soon, students. My YouTube channel will be up very soon. So all who is taking my YouTube channel content, my content from my Facebook, many of them, you know, don't even have the dignity to say, Andre, here's a 50,000 from the myriads of monies, the 2,000 and 4,000 US they're collecting. Hello, good night.
Hey, Andre, hey, you should have stepped there. The silence device is...
The step...
It's a move up from democracy, you know.
Oh, you're talking about the Cybercrime Act.
Yes, man. Communistic move, that, man.
It's a communistic
Watch
move?
them, you know. Yeah, man, them little stunt, them are going to try.
I don't say it's more, it is more a dictatorial style.
Oh, yes, man. We cannot allow that, man. You understand? So, you see them make them little hint there. We have to see what them up to and shut it down.
Well, I want to see what the Press Association of Jamaica is going to say. I want to see. I want to see Jamaica. Class, we're open. We have opened the lines now. And you can call in. We have opened the lines now. Nobody wants to call in tonight. Interesting. Nobody calling in tonight? Hello?
Good night, Andre.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Andre, but just want to radam to all your line out Vegas. The next thing I want to ask you, you know, have like a number if you want to send money to Western Union or MoneyGram. Oh, or which name, if you could WhatsApp me.
No, you have to WhatsApp me and I will tell you how that can be done, all right?
I did that from yesterday, you don't respond to it.
Yeah, enough people message me now. You have to just resend the message again, all right?
All right, big up your damn self.
Mm-hmm. Call in now, students. Call in now. Calling now. And I prefer if you call straight. Because when you call on WhatsApp, the calls become distorted. Hello?
Hi, good night, Andre. How are you?
I am good.
I'm here watching you, and I'm just calling to say, big up yourself. You're doing a great job, and I'm going to try to see what I can donate. I don't have it, but I will try and see what I donate. Okay?
Just even if it is $1, we'll get it done. Even if it's $1. Hello, good night. Hello?
Andre?
Yes, turn off the recording at the back. It's affecting our call.
Okay, good evening.
Yes.
I heard you said earlier about, what's her name? Kathy? I heard you said that you were asking her questions, but my question is, I don't know what truth to it, but I heard on social media that Noel drove her car to the car wash and came back and drove his car. So obviously Kathy would have to be on the scene for Noel to drive her car. Because she wouldn't leave our car in Noel's yard.
Understood.
The car elsewhere. So obviously she has to be there for him to follow the truck with her car to the car wash.
Interesting. Well, we'll develop on that argument more, all right?
All right.
Hello, good evening. Hello? There's a private number continuously calling me. Hello?
Just gonna get straight to the point. The first people that should be charged for public mischief is the JCF, along with the corrupted government entity.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
People who are out there on the line.
All right, thank you.
Not people who are out there on the line speaking the truth.
So yes.
Have a good night.
Okay, thank you. Hello? Come on, Jamaica. Look here. Why? Hello? Look here. Look there. Come on, no man, where are the calls tonight? Nobody wants to call? Hello, good night.
Good night, teacher. Bless you always. I was at work today, and a few pointers came across my mind.
Yes.
In regard to Kathy Ann, could it be that after Noel doing, realize that him alone, him call Kathy to come check him and that present her on the scene? And then when she go and she buck up in a now, he maybe threaten her. That is why her lawyer says she's being threatened. Maybe it's not by John Public.
No, he said the public, she's getting public threats. It's not by internal threats.
Okay.
So that argument that you're putting forward is null and void, respectfully, okay?
Okay, sir.
All right, my dear, bless you. Hello?
Andre?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I'm just concerned about you. Can't you do your show in another country? I'm just concerned about your life.
So you're saying I must leave Jamaica?
Yeah, you can be in another country and still do what you're doing. I'm just concerned about your life.
Yeah, but the truth is I have attachments here in Jamaica. I can't leave just yet.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. People want me to leave Jamaica. Come on now, man. Hello? Hello?
Evening, how are you?
I am well.
To the point. It's like out of Vegas. Can you hear me?
Yeah, talk quickly.
Yes, me like how you put up Vegas. Vegas here when you look foul with this towel. Just keep on doing what you're doing, and we just ask God for your health and strength. And anyway, Kathy sit down this evening. Remember me tell you, she now can't able to eat, sleep, and this I go ride her. Have a good night, Andre.
Thank you, mommy. Hello?
Yes, Professor, good night.
Yes, good night.
Yes, I really don't want nobody come over here.
Repeat that. Hello?
I really don't want nobody come over here.
Let me get Brenda. Yeah. Sorry about that. Talk again.
Yes, Professor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I said I don't know why this lady come in and bring her negativity about going to a country because of your safety. You're covered under the blood.
Mm-hmm.
You are under the blood and we're constantly praying for you.
Yes. But you still have to be, you still have to be safe.
She is equally as guilty as Noel. Because when people gonna say, oh, I want to give her that. Remember.
All right, thank you.
But remember, they said they hear tumbling and all kind of things going in the apartment.
Understand.
Coming over.
All right, thank you.
Yes, darling, have a good night.
Yeah. Hello, good night.
Yes, darling, have a good night. Good night.
Yes, turn off the recording.
Hello, good night. How are you?
I am well.
I just wanted to know, I didn't follow the case very long, but I got lost at the point of what would be the reason why Noel would kill this young lady? Did they have an argument?
All right, here's what I'm going to say to you, son. Here's what I'm going to say to you. I want you to start watch back my live them for 2 weeks ago and go do your homework and catch up to speed. Me no want no pitney in my class when me give so much good solid lecture. I can't ask them question 3 weeks after me attack.
Lord God, I just start watching.
So, yes, because you just start and you're a new learner, but want you go back to when, you know, when them say you must go at intermediate and pre-kindergarten, go on a kindergarten before you come up to upper school. All right? So love you still, you know. But when you listen to all of the argument, then you will understand. Okay?
Okay.
Love you, my darling.
Love you too.
Hello, good night.
Hello, good night. Teacher, is it Digicel or Flow for your phone chip? So we could put credit on your phone from
Oh, Digicel.
Digicel. All right. Good night.
Bless you. Hello?
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I've been watching your videos for long.
Mm-hmm. Which island you're from?
Organizing your own search party for this young lady.
Which island
I'm from the US, but I'm a Guyanese.
You're Guyanese. Mm-hmm. Yes, talk now, dear.
My heart hurt me when I see it happen. I said my heart hurt me when I see the news because she's a very beautiful young lady. I have 2 young daughters of my own. I could only imagine if they're that old. If that happened to them, I would never want that to happen. So I'm praying that she's found. But have you ever considered doing a search party?
A search party, interesting. I think that is where we should really go, a search party. I like that suggestion, okay?
Party for all the information you have and check and see if you can find it yourself.
All right.
That's my 2 cents. Good night.
Thank you. Hello? Yes, good night. Yes, you sound like you're under the couch.
You're on the live right now?
Yes, I am.
I hear a lady calling a while ago, and what I want you to say.
You have to turn off the thing, it will give a bad reaction.
Okay, I did. What that lady said to you a while ago, Andre, that lady is talking so true, because what you're doing in Jamaica right now, as I was listening to the other day, the man that said you were in a time like this, God sent you for this time. And that's not true. Because what you're doing, a lot of people want to do, but they are afraid. And because they are afraid, because what will happen to them, and you are doing it right now, so don't take what that lady is saying for granted. Because Sunday I was at church and I was praying for you. Because you are really doing a wonderful job. A really wonderful job. Nobody wants to see no one talk about the truth that is happening in Jamaica. So when that lady calling and she's saying to you that you don't go come out, not to leave your country, but you know what she's saying. And we are praying for you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right?
Okay.
Why she sound like she in the coach? Me can't hear her. What a bangarang. Sound like she in the coach. Me can't hear her. Hello?
Andre.
Yes?
Yeah, we're not living enough here, Andre. No watch, no face. You see, all of them people where we are send you texts and messages and I say them I keep you in them prayers. That means them not pray. With them faith there. This is a time for this. We're not back down now. We are like slave for too long. A time now for we take a stand. Me support you. Whether you're whole if a warrior women in this thing, you know, we are look for a leader from a long time. We don't have no fear. If a God we trust, a God we trust. That means we don't trust God then. We are cover you under the blood of Jesus. No weapons formed against you shall prosper. We are say, you're not run, we go nowhere unless a vacation you go for. You stay at Jamaica. History I met my youth. A wealth kind of platform here.
We are stay at Jamaica and clean it up.
Why you focus on Vegas, you know? Because a distraction that.
No, you know why I answered him? Because I know that after answer, you know, me not give them no time after that, right?
Yeah, man, it's a your time, man. A your time. You come for this right here, so you've been all this time. All of your preparation is for this. You're not run, gone away. We're not living enough here. Nobody can touch you. Me pray for you. What? After last night show, me go down on my knees for you. I mean, no God hear we. Look how much people are praying. We're not living enough fear, my you. Nobody not touch you. Listen, you're here right now to women and children. Who else has been looking out for us all these years? Nobody.
I appreciate.
Your time now. Yeah. No fear. That means no fear.
Kill fear.
All right.
Hello, good night.
Hello, what's up? I'm here to confuse Pastor. You know, catch me up. What's going on?
Who is this?
I'm a Jamaican Red.
Who?
I'm a Jamaican Red.
Me not know you, what's that? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Is it Andre?
Yes, it is. Hello?
Good night, Andre.
How are you?
Fine. I don't want you to know why you stay here. Stay here. No way you not go.
Yeah, man, I'm not leaving Jamaica.
Are you right here to stay here?
All right. Bless you. Here?
Yeah.
Hello?
Andre,
Yes, it is.
the video in question that you were talking about earlier, it wasn't Mr. Vegas tonight, it was Cargo.
How you know it is Mr. Who?
Because I saw the video and I went on the page. The video where they talk about this internet detectives, it was Mr. Vegas, it was Cargo. You can double check on Instagram.
That I watched today from Mr. Vegas' page, okay?
Okay.
So it make me sure no who send it to me is one of my social media warrior them. I mean I focus on Vegas. To hell with all of them.
Okay.
Alright. Me I go eat one cup. Somebody give me one cupcake. Me I go eat the cupcake. Hello? Hello? Good night.
Teacher, good night. What a bangarang.
What is the bangarang tonight?
Cybercrime and all type of thing, teacher. One them want silent we, but it not go work.
Well, me not
work, teacher. Nah work. It just not go work. You hear that?
I'm not looking on them, you know. I'm not giving them the time of day.
And listen, teacher, from one night I call you. I mean, I tell you about the case now. Karen and me I already tell you the first thing I'm to call you and do. I call you and bless you. You hear me? And listen, you say right now me I talk to you. My blood all run cold. I mean, I already tell you say nothing with them put up to you. Nothing can befall you. So you don't need to worry yourself about nothing. You understand me? At the same time, you know, say you have to be careful. You understand me? Because it don't make sense. A man know in danger and still going at it. You know, say certain people, because you know, you have to understand, walk one on your line, you know, teacher, all type of people are calling, you know, none of them are calling, are pretenders. You understand me? People are call, I try to get, even know when them have people are call. You understand me? And people are trying to find out what you know from what you don't know. You understand me? So, we don't want to stay too long for the life still. We just want to bless you up and make you know that. Because listen, that's why you hear what you when I call for the life and me I talk. I say, teacher, allow me let me talk. You understand me? Because listen, no, as me tell you from one night, a whole heap of people want to talk, teacher. Teacher, you know how much people you bet talk from what you? A whole heap of people they talk from what you? Me I tell you that, I tell you that people want to talk, but people can't just come out to cause. As I tell you, say, we have this dirty corruption system.
Yeah.
You understand me? When information go into them and them send it out right back to the people them for them kill you. You understand me? And you have to understand that Jamaica is corrupt. You understand me? Even the phone them who are going to jail cell, we think let them go in there.
How who carry the phone them in the jail cell?
People carry them go to the station and then pay the police. You never know. Police all get 10, 15 grand and them money there.
For carrying
a package.
What you just say?
Police I get 10 or 15 grand to bring in a package go on a back to give them and them entry.
Really?
Brother, from what I call you and I tell you, you feel like a joke, I tell you I have information to give you till now and next year.
So you're saying
Alright, so listen. You never hear about the boy from up Radios Road named Baby with a jail.
Which boy from where?
From up Radios Road, man. The dad from up Radios Road named Baby. I feel sister them lick down up there. What year? When Baby that jail, she had it done up there. One shooting over on up Radios Road, what year where around 4 people get shot and the girl then what they call her again? I believe a boom boom she name. Our baby sister. Baby them have phone a jail and make how much stall out I get others to people for baby.
Whoa.
And on a baby alone. You understand me?
So baby is the done for where?
Up a Radials Road, brother. So I hear about all them man.
Remember, I am not in the streets like L.A. Lewis. I wouldn't know.
L.A. Lewis doesn't know what me I tell you about, man. L.A. Lewis a count with things that me have to tell them. And I want to talk about L.A. Lewis. L.A. Lewis doesn't know about them things, man. Brother, and then a one man, brother, you have all.
Me guess a Dam she name. Dam.
No, man. Boom, brother.
Boom, she name.
Yeah. And her brother name, let me just tell you the same name. She was the one who, when time baby sent come a road, and she get the phone call them and she send to the people and tell them baby say, because baby them all collect extortion, you know. Say, you know, have a girl up there, man. So I can't really remember her name, man. What they must in a last year them kill the woman. And the woman keep on round robbing. And they send come a road and say more 50,000. The woman says she not send no money go give him. A dead woman.
Whoa. Interesting.
A whole heap of things, no, brother, man. But as I tell you, say, brother, no deal with no fear. No deal with no fear. Because listen, no. A one war me there wait for in Jamaica and the real revolution war. Because yes, one of the people have to free up. You understand me? These politicians have spent billions of money. And the people them just they are hungry. Billions of money at the wall. All they know how much of money them spend what they about Jamaica 60. What kind of independent them at about? We are not independent. Wow. You understand me? What Jamaica have is a crime problem. Someone who them go about independent and come out with all of them are trucks. And all of them are fancy things and this. And you always we don't want to see that right now. You understand me? Are we a lead murder rate in the world if you never know. You never know that. We have the highest murder rate in the world. So when Andrew Wallace come out and he come on TV and talk about independence and he tell us this and he tell us that. Brother.
So you are saying
a 6 decade now them have black people are in bondage. You understand me? 6 decades. Andrew, just imagine if we did have good government to have built up Jamaica. Do you know how Jamaica would have look? Do you know how Jamaica would have look? If the man did really invest in the country, because listen, you know, when they come on to Jamaica, and you hear them talk about Negro and Montego Bay, a foolish them tell Jamaica people them. The whole of Jamaica is a tourist capital. You understand me? I just to crime in a certain place like Jamaica and then not spend the money in a certain place like Jamaica. Jamaica is a place where tourists can walk up over the whole of Jamaica. You see me? Yeah, man, but you want to pick up yourself. I mean, the biggest money else I call, but
all right.
You keep on calling.
So you say it's 10 to 15,000 to get a phone going into the jail?
Yes, man. You know. All right. You have a case where you see the same policeman will lock up a man. And him see a man charge the people money for bring phone and all type of things you want to go get the man them.
So you're saying that Noel is also a part of that skullduggery where them take money from people and carrying phone and things go get criminals?
Of course, guys, listen now. So, alright, if you would have been shifting, brother, if you would have been shifting and 10 people can come get 10 grand to bring a package run, there's 100 grand that, you know, you're making a no time, you know.
What you say,
No, me I say, alright, so for instance, you was a police officer and you would have been shift, right? And when you would have been shift, you are there the cell around there and 10 people come give 10 packages to run, that's 100,000 that.
Oh, so you said no. So if you get 10 package for carry around to the different prisoner them, that are between 100 to 150,000 you make for the day.
Exactly. They just on the shift, because remember say alright, the visit them time is I run off our shift, then for instance the visit them time I run from say 3 till 6 in the evening or from 2 till 6 then.
Oh.
You understand me? Because listen, hear me I say, you have to understand say, when you come on to the government, even the pay with the police, them get them really suit, them really satisfied with that. You understand me? And then you have some of them just greedy and some of them just corrupt. You understand me? So let me ask you a question then, right? If an warder or police are bring the phone them around there, how them would have reach around there?
Oh.
How them have reach around there?
Interesting.
Cell phone now my foot in a brother.
So it has to have a traveler.
Yep.
A transporter.
It have to need a transport have to send it round at the back. You understand me? I'll do you know say people try for hide things sometime, you know. You understand me? People try for hide things sometime, but most of the time them really get bust. They man they round it. Cause listen, right now, let me tell you something, man. Alright.
This is the final point here, make, because the pit them I say yeah, have diarrhea, but talk.
Yeah, but if you want to know, me don't want to tell about one case where just in a ward here, down Montego Bay, when them dig down one jail cell and find around 27 cell phone.
Where you say them dig down the jail cell and what?
I find around 27 cell phone.
27 cell phone?
Yeah. 15 of them are bag and 12 of them are iPhone.
Wow.
iPhone. Yeah, we are say, man.
All right.
We are say. But you want to know? You want to know? Me a laugh, but all of these things need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, because it don't make no sense a man to climb on the road and gone off of the road and him still have connection with the street. Him still get things done.
27 cell phone.
Yeah.
My God. You know, which jail cell them find that?
Alright, you wanna know? You wanna know? Me look it up and give back a quick call, because you wanna know, so you give information, them have to legit.